If you're watching this video, I assume you're new to Project X, or you just simply want to dial in your chart settings the way that I have mine. I know a lot of people always say, hey Christian, your charts are really clean. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I get that layout using Project X. Now, if you're not familiar, this is a prop firm trading platform. I'm trading through Top One Futures. There's a link to trade with them in the description. But the way to set up your charts, it's real simple. It starts with the process of elimination. So we'll go ahead and share the platform right here, and I will walk you through my entire thought process and how I look at these charts. So first and foremost, I want to basically simplify a lot of my charting, meaning I don't need things that are redundant for my trading. So I look at this and I'm going to start just deselecting boxes. I prefer to use the depth of market, so that's where I'll be focused. I don't really use time and sales for futures, so I'll go ahead and take that off. So my main focus will be simply right here. Now, with this chart, we obviously want to go ahead and get our standard colors, and I'll go ahead and share those with you guys as well. But first and foremost, let's just do a couple things so we don't accidentally click any buttons. For this account, I'm going to go ahead and set my personal daily loss limit. Let's go ahead and set it at $1,000. That is my daily loss limit for 150K. I think that is more than conservative. We're going to go ahead and set that. I believe we'll go ahead and save this. So you can see that if it hits $1,000, this will be my daily loss. I like to have a maximum number of trades per day, 5. This is the benefit of using Project X. We're able to limit our risk, and I'll show you something really, really neat right here, really quick. You can see 1,000 and then 5 trades for the day. I can go ahead and lock these settings so that way I can't change this. If I go on tilt, if I get upset, if I try to get revenge on the market, I can't change it. It's already set in stone. And another thing I like to do, so I don't accidentally press any buttons while I'm messing with setups here with all the settings right here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lock this until 4:32 a.m. So you see this is in about 10 hours. Go ahead, lock me out. So very simple process. Now we're safe to go ahead and mess around with some settings. More privacy settings. I like to personally maybe just turn this off. Realized and unrealized P&L can stay there. And daily loss limit, I mean, it could stay there. I don't really need it. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and take that one off. So that's what I got left. So when we're looking at the platform, I'll show you how I like to adjust my settings. We're going to go first into the charts. This is the key element to my trading. I like to have really clean charts. So first and foremost, we're going to change the canvas. I like a solid canvas with no grid lines, and I like to go semi-white, like a little off-white. I like to keep my colors closer to black. My text right here, text. Lines, I do not like having any lines, so that's good. Navigation, never. Panes, never. Margin, 12, absolutely necessary for me. And my right, I like to have 5. So you're saying, why does this matter? Because I'm trying to be as efficient as I can with the screen layout. You'll notice I also go left, and I go ahead and remove the watermark. So all this stuff, it's going to be pretty standard on pretty much any platform. This is a TradingView integration. So with that being said, you have a lot of the same functionality that TradingView provides. I also like to, I'll go ahead, remove this one, and titles, indicators. Yeah, I like to remove these. Honestly, I really do. Values, yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, I think so. Open, high, lows, close go off. I get rid of all of this stuff, and it just, ticker is fine. So that's good for me. And then my candle colors. This is where it really, really, really gets important. I'll go ahead and pull my exact colors for you guys, just so we have the reference. I'll go ahead and pull those off TradingView, get the exact code, and I'll share it with you in the video. These are my colors that I use on all my charts and my videos. So if you're a fan of what you see on the charts, you'll be able to replicate that for yourself right here. I go ahead and I import my custom color. This is the code. I hit enter. You can see that it's this little off shade, right? For here, I do about 5, I believe. I go 5 over, and then my borders are going to be black. And I'll verify all of this at the end. So that's my chart layout, essentially. Let's go ahead and double check with TradingView, make sure this is all on point. Yeah, black, and then we can even just get the exact gray that I'm using too, just to be sure. So with that being said, we come back here, go in here, and then we'll add one more custom color for the layout. Boom, and add. And that's my chart. That's my chart layout. I do not use the last line, and if I do, I put on like gray, put on like 50%. Why does this matter? Because I want my charts to be ready for when I'm about to trade. I do not want any sort of guesswork. I don't want to have to prep last minute. I like to be prepared before the day starts, because how you start, honestly, is how you finish. So if you do not come into the day prepared, you do not have your levels on point, you're going to be scrambling. So look, lines, text, panes. I see what we're doing here. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. So I got the bottom line to disappear. My text is good at that color. So this for me is just about set. I'm gonna do one last thing right here because I like to remove, number one, I like to have my time set on New York so that I'm basing my trades on the New York time zone. I also like to have, yes, extended hours on. Perfect, perfect. Status line, perfect. Symbol. Yes, this looks very, very clean. Format's good for me. Like the 12 hours. Visible over mouse. Cool. Now we're done. We're done with the charts. This is perfect. This is a perfect setup for me. So now what I'll do, I can press save and I'll go ahead and I'll make 2 of these because I like to have 2. I want to be able to trade back and forth between different time frames, and we will make sure that we have all of our indicators on both. So we have the link. We had to set this link up so it links to my depth of market. You see it's blue. Boom. So we're good there. So you see arguments, and then we want to check this one, see if there's any indicators. So there. And we want to make sure that this is linked blue as well. So we're good on both of these. These will link with my depth of market. So now when I execute on the depth of market, I'm able to identify, well, not even identify, just make sure that they're all on the same page. So compacts, I like to do, we could do large and we could do medium, I believe. Let's see this. Yeah, this is good for me. I'm going to go ahead and remove a few other variables that I don't need. So I will remove, let's see, fixed width. And then I'm going to hide a lot of these buttons. So I'm going to hide cancel order button. I'm going to hide close. I'm going to hide reverse. Get rid of the reverse button, guys. I can tell you how many times I've made a mistake by accidentally hitting reverse. And remember, I understand this is a boring video, but if you do enjoy this type of stuff, please let me know. I'm taking a few minutes because this is something that I'm going to do. Anytime that I'm setting up my platform, I'm going to make sure that it is down to the perfect specification because I don't want to have to deal with any sort of headache. Put this on auto center. So now we could see we have the volume right here. We have the ladder. And I honestly, let's see, do I want to hide the volume profile? I typically do. I typically will hide the volume profile. Then you have the ladder here. So with that, yeah, that looks just about good to me. I will go ahead and actually, let's see, ES. I will favorite ES and I will favorite MES right here. So I like to favorite my favorite contracts, if that makes sense. MES, just so I have them in that little drop down if I ever want them. And then MNQ. It's easy access, right? Ideally, probably be playing with ES tomorrow. We'll see. But that's the layout for my screens. This is what I really like to use. I think the charts are really clean this way. I think the number one, I do not want to sync crosshairs. I want symbols on the same page, but it's already linked with the button. Yeah, so I definitely do not want to sync the crosshairs. I actually don't even like using crosshairs all that much. I like using an arrow. Just keep it simple, right? So that's my layout. This is my Project X layout for top one. I showed you exactly how I set my risk parameters. So that way, if you guys decide to use Project X, again, there will be a link for you to sign up with top one in my description. You can go ahead, check that out. I use risk settings every single day. I limit my trades every single day. This helps keep me on point and make sure that I'm executing at a high level while avoiding the negative and toxic traits that overtrading can plague your results with ultimately. So this is the layout I like to use. I do not need really anything else other than this. I think this is a really, really clean layout. I could go ahead and have the 1 minute here, really nice and easily. And then you can see the 15 here as well. Or sometimes I'll use a 5. I also have other charts, above me as well. Let's see. Fonts, large. Yeah, large font's good for me. We're going to remove a few more buttons down here. Let's see, remove. So we have cancel all. I like flatten all. We could remove cancel all and keep it with flatten. I like flatten. Flatten gets rid of everything on the book. It gets rid of orders, gets rid of positions. Flatten's the best one to have for sure. Buy and sell are good. Obviously, you need that. Yeah, bid and ask, cool. Yeah, I think this is about it. So we save, buy, cancel. Oh no, we'll get rid of the join because I want to get rid of join, ask, and bid. There. Now we're talking. This is real clean for me. I like the buttons here. I like the buy, the sell, the market, real easy. I can adjust in the ladder, and this is seamless for me. So settings are good. I'm going to go ahead and do a few more settings right here. Executions, I do not want to show on the chart. The chart plot alignment, I'm going to go left. I actually like it on the left side. We're going to also do dollar. Yeah, we want in dollar. And I will always do confirm account switching. That's a very important one, I think, for you guys, just in case you're practicing on a practice account or whatever, and you don't want to make any mistakes. Just do yourself the favor and make it a little bit harder for you to make a mistake. That's what I always recommend. So with that, boom, that's good for me. I really like this. So I'm going to make sure that this setup is saved. And I'm going to go ahead and rename this one right here. DTA main. So DTA is my code with the top one. You feel free to use that at any time. All for the launch, we will be doing a 50% off. You can use the code. You'll see how much of an actual discount you get. The 150K is honestly a crazy deal. So if you're interested in futures, if you're not familiar with it, definitely try an eval. But if you've been around the block, go straight to funded. Don't waste any time. This is a solid platform. All in all, it's one of my favorite futures trading platforms out there. Just for the ease of access, the trading view charts, all of it. It's pretty money. So yeah, I think that's about it. This is pretty much how I set up my platform. Hope you guys found this insightful. If you enjoy the video, please like, share, subscribe. And until next time, I will see you later.